Hello everyone, it's Nazaricola. So today I'm just going to share with you one of my most memorable experience in the NHS. Working as a nurse can be stressful, just like any other career. I'm sure if you ask any other professional, they will tell you the same thing. But working in the NHS is on another level. If you know, you know. If you don't get it, forget it. But if you know what I'm talking about. When I joined the NHS, when I came into the UK as a nurse, I've already been practicing for about 13, 14 years before coming to the UK, and I've worked in about 3 other countries. So I felt so confident that I can I can meet the demand, I can adapt very well. So I joined the NHS incidentally for me. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was allocated to the critical care unit, which is ICU, and it was during the pandemic as well. So the pressure is rooftop, so rooftop pressure for me. The demand was so high. You're working so hard, working your ass off, try to meet the demand. At the same time, you are trying to impress. So you're trying to make a good impression and prove that you also know what you're doing. So you have to work extra hard, pay a lot of attention. You for the 12-hour shift, you just go in a flash. From you won't even know you won't even know when or how the 12 hour have gone. After closing from work, uh, many times you could barely walk. You have pains, muscle pains, your legs aching you. I'm sure a number of my colleagues will tell you the same. So I think on this day, I think I was about 6 months or 7 months into the role, and I was still struggling to impress, just working so hard. I walk through pains. I can tell you at some point I feel so exhausted, like there's no life left in me. But you still have to carry on. Walking through pain looks like norms, like it's normal stuff. There are a lot of times you feel tired and you feel, let me just carry on, let me just carry on. So prior to this particular day, I've been dealing with fatigue, headache, uh, body pains, and different things. So on this day, I resumed work. I was still dealing with my own personal problems, which I at this point have convinced myself that it's normal. I'll get used to it with time. My body's going to adjust to it with time. So I keep walking through the pain. Sometimes I take painkillers, take paracetamol, take ibuprofen, just to keep you going. So on this day, I was allocated a particular patient who was very sick. He had a lot of things going on with him, so he needed a lot of attention, and I was trying my best to help the patient. Like I mentioned, it's during the COVID, so again we have to put on PPE, put on apron, wear mask, a lot of things, face shield, just dress up like masquerade. Not long into the shift, I felt the headache I was having was aggravating. I was feeling so uncomfortable. So I was saying to myself, if I should tell them I'm sick now, I'm not well, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the department, and I don't want to put them in that awkward situation. So I was convincing myself, and I kept moving on. At some point, I had to screen my patient up just to provide privacy, not for the patient now, but for myself, because at that point I had to be holding my head, I had to be standing and holding my waist. Then I was using the the wash and basin beside patient to get some water on my head. I got some towel, wet the towel, damp my head with some cold towels, rinse my face with cold water, and just get myself in in shape. I was doing that for a number of times. Then I opened the curtain again, carry on with what I need to do. Because one thing in that unit is there's always something to do. So I was still working through all those difficulties. At some point, I started feeling dizzy. So when I started feeling dizzy, I knew something is not right. But fainting was never on my mind. I won't say it's the least because it was not even on my mind. Okay, I was just like, okay, let me wait for when it will be my break time. Then probably if I eat or just rest my head, I'll be alright. I'll just looking forward to when I'll be able to go for break so I can rest my head and undress, remove all this PPE, just get some fresh air. Then I suppose I'll be alright. So the struggle continues, and at some point I felt so thirsty. I said, okay, that's my problem. There's a hydration spot where we have our water bottles and everything there. So I just moved away from the patient bedside, moved towards the hydration spot just to grab some water to drink. And that was the last thing I remember. I was on the floor. I literally passed out. By the time I opened my eyes and became aware, I was already on the bed. I've got oxygen attached to my nostrils. I've got blood samples taken from me, and ECG electrodes attached to me. And I've got a couple of people around me. I felt so embarrassed. What have I done? I've come to the UK to embarrass myself and my family and my generation. Like, when they did my blood sugar was 2.4, and if you know what that means, that's extremely low. Extremely low. So they gave me some glucose shots, just tried their best to make me fine, and I actually felt better afterward. They were able to ask me questions. I was answering them. I don't have any background illness. I don't have any past medical condition. Nothing I can really point to that could have caused that. Anyway, the most difficult part of the story for me, I don't like talking about it because as I'm saying it now, I'm getting a bit emotional, was after the resuscitation, after I felt okay, then one of the leaders, the work leader, said to me, how am I feeling? Am I okay? And I said, I'm fine. I stood up from the bed. They've done everything they needed to do. I stood up, I felt I was okay. And I was surprised that they actually wanted me to take over the patient again and carry on working. Well, in retrospect, I don't like thinking about that because I can't imagine why on earth anybody will want you in that situation to keep working after what had just happened to you. But, and, I was going to comply, but there was this particular clerk, one of the other clerks, then she put me just pulled me back. Said, Ade, do you know you have the right to say no? Do you know you you should not continue working after what has happened to you? Do you know you can tell them you want to go home and nothing is going to happen to you? Do you know the policy covers you that you need to take some time off and get better if you don't feel fine? You don't have to continue. She said a lot of things to me. Then, you sure I'm not going to get in trouble if I insist I want to go home? She said, no, you're not going to get in trouble. Come on, you just passed out. You need to go home and look after yourself. Then when the work leader went and came back, I said to them, I don't think I want to continue. She said, you mean you want to go home? I said, yes, I want to go home and have some rest. I said, okay, that's absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. Look after yourself. Let me know if you need anything. All those things. And that was it. I was allowed to go home. It's over a year now, almost 2 years now that this has happened. I've now been in a good frame of mind to even talk about it ever since then. Because anytime I get on that topic, I still feel a bit of emotion inside me. Oh, I've chosen to share this with you because there are a lot of lessons I personally picked from that incident. Number one, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. And you can read my lips. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. So you need to take responsibility for your self-care, for your well-being. You need to be deliberate about your own personal care. It's very easy for you to be carried away helping others. It's very easy for you to be helping patients, working so hard, and forget about yourself. We are not machines, we are human beings, and you have to remind yourself that you are human beings, you need care, and that's the first thing I picked from there. The next point again, every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing from God. When you wake up every day, thank God for life. There is a very thin line between life and death. I say this with a deep sense of soberness. A few months after my own incidents, another member of staff in the same unit passed out as well on duty, fated. Unfortunately, this time around, the person did not make it. So sad. It was until that person's incident that I can say I genuinely go back to God and thank God for life. Because I just felt, when it happened to me, I just felt it's one of those things. Just a normal thing. But I have learned never to take the grace of God for granted. Because next thing I picked from the incident is being busy is not the same as being productive. Write it down, don't forget. Being busy is not the same as being productive. One of the things that was pushing me then was I kept seeing people getting busy, jumping up and down, and you're like, what is really going on here? And you look at yourself, you feel, are you sure I'm working hard enough? I think I need to step up a bit. I think I need to put some gas you want to match another person's tempo. Those things, they're absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. Your aim should be to be productive, not just getting busy. So there is a difference between hard work and working hard. Okay. It's a virtue for you to be hardworking, but working hard is not smart enough. Okay. So it's not about working hard. It's a factor of being productive and being effective. From that particular incident, I don't care if anyone sees me as probably being slow. At the end of the day, I tend to have more results than those who claim to be busy and jumping from from pillar to post. When I see anyone doing that, yes, there are some people that genuinely that is just their style, but I have learned to focus on myself rather than trying to copy another person's style, and focus on the end product, the goal ahead of me. Okay. Next lesson I picked from that: know your limits. Know your limits. Know your limits. And when I say that, I mean, don't just do back-to-back shifts every time. Every bank shift, you're already there. Somebody calling sick, they need a staff to cover, you're already there. You barely sleep at home. When you have off duty, the next thing on your head is, oh, let me make more money. Let me check my allocate and see which bank shift is available. If there is no bank shift available, agency, you've gone again for this. All those things have a way of coming back to haunt you. And it is the person that is alive that enjoys wealth. Think about it. It doesn't make sense if you've worked so hard, labor so hard, and you don't even live to enjoy everything you've worked for. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So whatever your motivation is, whatever it is that is pushing you to pick up every bank shift, every extra shift, work back to back, this may be the bills or black tax, like they call it, maybe people at home, or whatever it is, or maybe you're just ambitious, you have projects, you have everything to do. Take a moment and think about your limits. Okay, your body is your engine. You have to look after your body, look after yourself, have your deserve, rest, enjoy your annual leave, my friend. Enjoy your annual leave, enjoy your off duties, take time to recover, spend time with your family and friends. Don't let your life revolve around work, shisha. My dear, if you die, that's the end. Okay. 2024, look after yourself. Look after yourself. And I can tell you, since I had the experience, I don't work as much hours as I used to. Maybe that's why I'm not as rich as I wish I wish I am also. But I'm comfortable, I'm fine, I'm happy, I'm grateful for where I am, I'm grateful for life. I'm happy to spend time with my children, I'm happy to spend time with my family, I'm happy to sleep and wake up safe and sound. Look after yourself, my dear, and God will help us. That's it from me, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.